clicked. Yes. Done.
Hello, good evening, welcome everybody, welcome at another round of ERL Cooking Tier in Austria tonight for a 100% race with a one-shot quali. Here on comms is myself, Mufasa, and I am going to pronounce this wrong as I always do, Quintarius?
Quintorius, me, hello.
Quintorius, almost. I still get it wrong. Yeah, welcome, man. Good to have you back on here again. Round, what did we say? 4, was it?
4, yes, round 4 here in Austria. Let's hope it's going to be a good race. The one-shot qualifying will definitely be interesting. Only have one chance to get it right, so we can get some scrambles on the grid. So we will see
Yeah.
what will happen.
Yeah. 100% race, so if you do get it wrong, there's plenty of time to make up your mistake from quali as well. Looks to be dry for quali at the moment, bit murky but dry. And then obviously we'll have to wait and see what happens for the race itself. Oh, and the drivers are out. Let's see.
So qualifying here started. Everybody around turn 1 quite safely, so it would seem.
Yeah, some seems to be in the lead after the first corner. And let's see who's going to be in the lead after turn 3 officially, even though it's only turn 2. Still some with Stein following. Can we see splits as well? It's so difficult on a one-shot quali to do good comms. Still some at the moment. I think he's one of the other quick guys now. He's only just recently joined. He's a mate of Danny, who we know is very fast in Formula 1.
Yes,
he also says
purple sector 2, so it's going
really
fast.
Vigo still in P2, P3 for Stein. Yeah. And that's some in P1 with a 103.8. That's a very good time. And I think it was 2 tenths towards second place there for Vigo. There we go, that was quali already, that was quick. Yeah, nearly 2 tenths to Vigo in P2. Stein in P3, Pino's Gang, new driver in P4, M in P5, Strike in P6, Josko 7, Vosdok 8, Pires in 9, Danny in 10, Tilfi in 11, Cavolis 12, Ralph Tauri 13, Ralphie in 14, Siward finished 15, Danny van Rutte in 16, Onodul in 17. Both of them messed up their quali. We know for Danny why that is, as he has a quali ban for a check-in infringement. So, on to the race we go with this grid lineup.
Definitely going to be tight into turn 1. Turn 1 here is quite narrow.
Yeah, as is turn 3 really. And it looks really sunny. Let's see if it stays that way.
Yes, then a requirement of 2 stops in this race.
Yeah, good luck, indeed. Sorry, reading and talking isn't my strong point. Yeah, 2 stop if it stay dry. It's something we're trying out this season for the first time. So if it's a dry race on this occasion, it's mandatory to have 2 pit stops. Doesn't matter which compounds, but obviously you still need to have 2 different compounds in the dry. But if you use one twice, that doesn't matter. So you could go soft, medium, soft, or hard, soft, soft, whatever you like, as long as you have 2 pit stops in the dry. If it turns out to be wet somewhere in the race, which doesn't seem to be at the moment, then that 2 mandatory pit stop goes out the window.
Yes, then you just have to survive on the circuit and make sure you don't end up in the barrier.
Basically, yes. Which is hard enough sometimes, especially during full wets, because the game does that really well. As in the fact that the full wet tires are about as useless as they are in real life.
Yeah, and there they are never used, so
No,
that doesn't mean much good for the wet tire in game. But here we go,
no.
5 red slides. Go on.
And away we go.
Some seems to have a pretty good start. But Figo comes inside. Needs to watch
Yeah.
out here. Figo takes first place. Very well done.
Sam needed to go a bit wide there, but they all survived. Stein right on the back of that as well. And it looks like Sam is going to try to fight back, but Viggo defends the inside. All clean racing here, a couple of lockups down the back, nobody spun so far. Two Haas's touch it. And that was Perez and Cavolis, they had a minor touch. I don't think there's any damage by any of them.
Somebody now goes on the outside of the right, still around the outside. And now he ducks in.
Oh! Perez went wide at turn 4 and it's cost him 2 or 3 positions there as he went into the gravel. We've got Tauri. He seems to be ghosted. Does he need another invite? Let's see. It looks like he might need one.
Still very tight here at the front. Stein going on track limits at the final corner, or the second to last corner. Figo setting the fastest lap now, 1:10.7. Of course, in the first lap, not going to be that fast. Still really tight here.
I'm just trying to get Tauri back in.
Now Sam trying to go around the outside again, and he makes a move stick. Now on the second straight, does have a little lock up. Let's hope his exit isn't too compromised. Stein also moving forward. Figo now. But Figo keeps him high. Big lock up.
Yeah.
Now the possible race strategies. A medium hard. Maybe a soft medium hard. Might be a bit of a weird strategy.
While talking about that, let's see what tires they're all on. Viggo is the only one that went on the soft from the start.
And then we got off track in the gravel trap. He has rejoined now.
Oh. Where is he?
Very last now.
Oh, at the very back. Yeah, got it. Yeah, 2 hard runners in the form of Josko and Cavolis, and the rest are all on mediums. I wonder if the hard runners know it's to stop. And Onadu goes into the pits, so that's 1 pit stop done for him. But I assume that will be because he's got damage.
Figo now trying to go inside of Sam. Sam keeps it in front though. And now Stein coming back at Figo, trying to get the position. And he made it. Top 3 pretty close, he's still fighting.
Alright.
The biggest winner so far, has made up 9 positions.
Already up in 7th place, that's insane. And Ono has gone on to the hard tires and indeed changed his nose, so he had damage. He's now going to try and get this hard tire as far as he can, and then I assume get onto a medium or a soft tire later on. And with a mandatory 2 stopper, it shouldn't be complete race loss, as the rest have to make pit stops as well. Viggo dropping back a little bit already with his soft tire. Has the best of his soft already been gone then?
Still the top 7 is very close together now.
Yeah.
Big DRS play. Oh, and Figo touches Stein in the back. There might be some damage on both cars. We're not completely sure so far. Doesn't seem to be much damage.
Stein doesn't seem to have any damage at all, nor does Viggo by the looks of it, as far as I can see so far. What they did do is get Strikey in front of Stein there, yes. As Stein was obviously out of position, but he takes the position back there at a very difficult corner to overtake.
It's very clean though. Now the Alpine going on the inside.
And yeah, and that's the Alpine of That's the Alpine of Danny van Rutte already mixing in with the top here. He's surely going to take the lead in the next few laps here. Being pushed wide a little bit there by Strikey, or is it Strikey that's going wide?
Yeah, striking.
It was Strikey. Yeah, it was Strikey. Too many blue cars, man. They need to change up deliveries a bit.
They're a bit too boring now.
Yeah. And we've got a spinner at the back. Who's that? Is it Ono? Ono. Yeah, he had a bit of a spin. Not his race already.
Really struggling so far. Now Danny van Ruiten trying to get the lead from Stein.
Ooh, they touch a little bit. And Danny is better on the braking.
And a well executed move there.
Yeah. Yeah, already up into P3 and we're only 5 laps into this race. I'm guessing everybody who had him for a win tonight is gonna have made the right decision there on their race predictions. But let's see what happens. He can still crash out, of course.
Well, Stein already got a 3-second penalty for track limits here. Here track limits of course are very strict.
Yeah, you can ask Ocon if you don't know about it, but the track limits are brutal here. And Danny going for a move on Viggo here. Around the outside of turn 2, which is flat out, and then the inside for turn 3.
And he
Almost tries to get...
well.
Yeah, with the DRS he should get him now, because Sam doesn't have it.
On board here with Danny.
Danny doesn't have any ERS anymore, which doesn't help, and that helps Sam keep the position. Oh, what a move, what a move. Sam's not making it easy though for him, but he gets it done. What a brilliant battle. And I suppose all Sam now can do is try and stay with Dan.
Yeah, that will definitely be a huge task. Because he's so fast, he will probably just pull away. But Sam does have a lot of battery left, and then he doesn't have almost nothing.
Yeah. And Viggo's trying to go for the lunge here. And it cost him a bit. He touched, I think that was a bit too much trying 2 for 1 in one turn.
Yeah, Sam wanted to keep it behind a little bit, almost 3.
And now Stein tries it. Very hard battling here. But good to see so far. I don't see any major touches. Stein again trying it on Sam, but decides better of it in turn 4. And good thing for Sam with the slipstream and the DRS, he can stay with Danny for now, which is good to see.
Yeah, there in turn 1, Sam wanted to stay behind Danny to get the DRS on the big straights.
Yeah.
That in turn made Viggo go for an opportunity there on the inside, trying to overtake 2 cars in one. Bit opportunistic, but you never know what's going to happen, so you can always try. But a long race still ahead, so take it easy.
Strikey was in this battle as well before, wasn't he? He's dropped to 6 at the moment. Being challenged a little bit by Josko, recent joiner, Portuguese driver, one of the 2 on the grid I think, for tonight. Bit of battling there, no attack as of yet. And the tire smoke, should you have missed it, EA said they fixed it, but it wouldn't be EA if they didn't make it worse, and that's exactly what they did.
So I did not expect anything good from EA almost.
No, if you're driving behind the pack and there's a few drivers in front of you locking up, it almost looks like a smoke grenade has gone off like in Call of Duty. You just can't see a damn thing.
That definitely isn't helpful when you want to judge a corner.
No, it's quite terrifying actually. This update was launched on Monday. We're all expecting it to be better. And of course into turn 1 we all were in for a shocker.
Some still trying to stay with Danny. So far succeeding quite well.
Yeah. I'm actually quite impressed how good they're able to stay with him. I think what they need to do, those that can stay behind him in the slipstream and DRS, is stay with him until the pit stops. Maybe do something there, but try and stay in the slipstream and the DRS. Actually, Sam is going for the overtake here.
So with a really nice dive. Corner there.
Yeah.
Now
Is he gonna make it stick though?
he's trying to go around the outside.
It's where he overtook him for the lead to begin with, but Sam takes the position back. Well done by Sam.
Yes, also no damage on Danny's front wing, so that's really nice play.
Good hard battling, but that's how we like to see it. Very challenging part to go side by side, but they made it stick. Top 5 running a bit away from the rest. Gap starting to appear about 2 seconds now towards P6. And then we got another 2 seconds towards P8 with Vosdok and Airman fighting there.
Yeah, now Danny trying to go around the inside. He does, because Sam locks up a bit, so he opens the door for Danny. Now Danny with DRS just blitzes past. Some now on the maybe Stein as well.
And Airman overtook Vosdok on the DRS. Vosdok didn't even defend it, knowing it would be faster for the both of them if they just stay together. And oh no, is that a retirement? Or you know, he spun again on the last corner. Absolutely not his race today. Yes, he's got damage quite a bit as well, so he will have to make his second pit stop there. His left front wing is completely gone.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't race now to get some experience in trying to do some laps. But indeed you can see also the debris on the track there. Completely destroyed his front wing. Now Danny pulled a good gap this time. So Danny might have an opportunity now to pull away from the guys behind.
Yeah. Still in DRS, and of course the DRS slipstream is quite powerful here. So from Vosdok it's down 4.5 seconds to Danny in the Ferrari. New driver trialed yesterday. He's in fight with Tilfi, driver that's been here a little bit longer. Very tight battling there, possibly a little bit of a touch, lock up from both, but so far Danny keeps the position into turn 4, and they're leading a pack of about 4 cars I think, with a bit of a gap between Tilfi and Perez. But after that it's Seward Finish and Ralphie, so 4 or 5 cars possibly fighting for that 10th place here.
Now an even worse race for Onadol, getting a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
It's definitely not his day. I could have possibly antagonized him a little bit before the race, putting him not in my predictions for a podium or a pole or anything. When he asked about it, I said, well, you're not that fast. Which normally when I say that to him, he becomes angry and absolutely flies over the track, being very fast. But today, maybe it's done it the other way around and made him a bit too frustrated. So already a lap down. He's going to be hoping for a safety car so he can unlap himself, as he's actually trying to do on track now as well. But not his race, unfortunately.
No, now some Stein have caught up to Danny van Buiten. So they might still be in the battle for first place. Not sure if Danny is taking it a bit easy or just doesn't have the pace at the moment.
He's got more ERS than them, it seems. So maybe he's just charging his ERS a bit to then pull away very shortly. Yeah. And in fact his ERS was on it's on hot lap now, so he's gone back to push again.
Yeah, they find the straights.
Yeah.
And some goes on the inside. Ooh. Snap focus here there, which makes the opportunity.
It's
fast.
It's nice to see he's trying to get his nose in and try to take that P1 away from Danny again.
Yes, now, so Stein got another penalty, another 3-second time penalty. So
Yeah.
drop him down quite far if we end the race right now. Drop him down to 6.
Oh, you're quick on that. Yeah. Yeah, very quick, Mark. Obviously, the race is still long, so it could only end up costing him 1 or 2 positions by the end of it. Or a late safety car could cost him a lot more. But Tem took away the lead again from Danny, but Danny now has the what do you call it? The DRS, thank you. But doesn't make an overtake with it. Tries to, decides to stay behind Sam for now.
Yeah, some places good his car perfectly in the middle of the track almost, so that Danny couldn't really find a gap past. So some good defensive driving from him. Now Figo has dropped back a little from the top pack, driving no man's land now.
He is indeed. Behind him a bit of a battle, let's give them some attention as well. Josko and Strikey. Strikey with a 3-second penalty as well for track limits.
And also Stein into first place. Oh, what a good move there. Into turn 1, overtakes 2 cars.
And Sam dropping down to 3rd.
Yeah,
so losing 2 effectively.
Yes, Danny now going around the outside of turn 3. Trying to make a mistake.
Yeah, difficult move. You need to trust the other guy fully, and he does. But Stein straight away.
Very well done, a little bit deep there.
Yeah, and it's costing Danny to. This is some brilliant battling. I honestly thought Danny was going to drive away as soon as he was in P1, but this battle is going on and on and on.
Yeah, me too. Very well done by these guys.
Stein and BNS gang dropping a little bit behind at the moment as they're battling together as well. And Stein has ghosted. Yeah, does Stein need another invite?
He might have a connection issue. It seems to be going pretty slow as well. Very unfortunate for him. He was doing very well in this race.
Yeah. Let's see if he says something and if I can invite him back.
Danny, which makes him slightly to the side. Doesn't seem to be much damage, but a little tap there. Try to still trying to get close. Really close.
Yeah, still not managing to get the move done, but staying sort of similar position from Josko.
Airman now also trying to get past Postov, getting closer and closer now.
And Danny looking to be right on the top of Tilfy. Let's see if he is going to make a move here. Is he going to do it into turn 1 or is he going to wait a little bit longer? He is indeed sticking it out for turn 1. Let's see if he does it in the run-up into turn 3 and steal the second DRS as well, or the third DRS. He's taking the position, but I think the DRS will go to Tilfy there. Yes, it does. How many new race leaders have we had so far? They keep swapping places. It's brilliant.
Definitely gone wrong.
Oh yes, absolutely. There's been already a few moments on track where Even I was holding my breath and I wasn't even in the car.
Exactly, so that shows the skill of the drivers we have in this league. Which is great to see.
Yes, that's what we'd like to see. Perez had a bit of a unfortunate first few laps. He seems to be getting into his rhythm now, coming back on to the back of Tilfy, it seems. Closing in the gap slowly but surely as he goes a bit wide. The commentator's curse, that is.
Yeah, once again.
Yeah, the last one we did it was in Australia.
Yes, Australia, where we had that big crash.
Yeah, very big crash. Yeah, Perez seems to be getting back up to pace and finding his way towards Tilfy.
Now Danny overtaking Tilfy.
And a big lockup from Perez there, and he loses position to Vigo, who must have already pitted actually.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think.
Yeah, he's got one pit stop, and he went onto the hard tires, so he went soft to hard. That's what he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the soft was the right tire to start on. Makes him come out in a bit of traffic here. Definitely lost some time on these new hards. He's not fast for these guys though.
He's already passed.
Yeah, he's been battling at the front so far, so maybe he can pull away and rejoin the other guys.
It's going to be interesting to see where these other guys are going to come out as when they pit. At the moment, Vigo is about 21 seconds behind Sam in the lead. Average pit stop loss here is somewhere between 20 and 25 seconds, usually.
I think around 22 here.
Yeah, so he could still be in the pit window for Sam here. And him now being released, he's got a 5-second gap, 4.5-second gap towards Stein.
Yeah. He's now with fresher tires that will probably.
He's gaining on the leaders. He's now 20.6 seconds behind the lead, so definitely in the pit window of the leaders, and they could come out back behind him. So maybe the soft to hard strategy so far isn't too bad at all.
Yeah, maybe if you can make the tires last, of course, then it will be nice.
Yeah.
Now also Stein has rejoined, so he's fallen all the way back to P8 from P3. So that's very annoying for him. Maybe you can salvage the race a bit now that he has rejoined. Also the top two has pulled away from P3, about a 3.8 second gap now. So the two leaders are driving away now, but still really close together.
You're saying Stein has rejoined, because he's still ghosted for me there.
Yeah, I just got a notification. Stein has rejoined.
Alright.
Yes, indeed, he's still ghosted, so.
Yeah. Maybe he can't take control of his car. That's a known glitch if you've been boxed out.
Yes, that's also true. Sam now also gets a 3-second time penalty. P2, very crucial for the fight for P1. Oh, and Stein has...
Yeah, he's taking control of his car again. He's back.
That's why there were some yellow flags.
Yeah, and he's straight away getting Tilfy on his back. But guessing, as he's been in the eye for a bit, his tires will be on the perfect temperature and he'll be able to get back up to speed. The speed that had him fighting at the front to begin with.
Yes, already immediately on the back of Sue at finish. Definitely try to
Oh, and he has a bit of a drift into turn 4 there.
Yes.
With a bit of a lock-up.
Still his internet connection doesn't seem to be that good. Kind of moving all over the place a little bit.
Yeah, he has some issues with the connection for sure. Hopefully it's not going to cause him any more issues during this session. Ralph Tari does seem to be back as well, so he's back fighting again. Good to see he's back in. He's always getting kicked out at the beginning of the session some way.
Now also Airman trying to make a move on Postdog. Around the outside up to turn 3. And he makes the move. Cleanly drives by, but now locks up into turn 3. Allowing Postdog to get back past. Postdog now with DRS. No chance for Airman. Going for a move. No, it's behind.
Yeah, we've just had another pit stop by Stein and by Pires. They're now at the back of the grid, trying to make their way back up again. And Vigo is still hanging around the 20-second mark towards the leaders. Just inside now, 19 seconds. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on Sam and Danny to see if they come out before or behind him. As Bina's gang now goes in, he dropped back from P1 and 2 fight a little bit and decides to go early. And he bolts on another set of mediums by the look of it.
Yes,
And yeah. And seems like he's going to come back in P8. He will stay in front of 9 and 10. Yeah, and a Ferrari in as well, and that's Danny. And he's going for the softs, so he likes to go soft for his medium stint.
Interesting choice.
Very.
Also, seems to be that Stein is disconnected once again. Slip again goes.
Yeah.
Very painful.
No messages from him though. Stein, if you're listening, I can send you an invite to come back in if you need one. Very unfortunate as well, just after his pit stop, trying to make the most out of the race after all, and then being disconnected again. Sam has pitted as well, just now together with Danny, and they're coming out P2 and P5.
Oh, that's very unfortunate for Sam. Caught up in traffic, and Danny just ahead. Now also Vigo overtook Sam there. Sam with the fresher tires and mediums as well.
Yeah, so Vigo on 9-lap old hards and Sam on new mediums. Danny on the mediums as well.
Oh, and Sam immediately overtaking Postdog and Vigo there on the main straight. Very well done with the fresher tires, showing that he got the pace. Now he does have a little gap to Danny, so he just hope that he can get back into DRS range so he can keep with Danny. If not, then he might have an opportunity to drive away here.
Yeah, Sam and Vigo need to work together now, not fight each other in the corners and just overtake each other with ERS and DRS to try and get back into Danny's DRS. 1.2 seconds at the moment, so far they're going to lose out on that. And 5.3 seconds for Danny towards the lead, who still has to pit and gaining rapidly, so theoretically Danny is in the lead here and pulling away a little bit as well from Sam. Very unfortunate for him to get out behind the traffic there rather than just straight out behind Danny.
Yeah, that definitely cost him some time, and now Danny pulling away immediately. 2 seconds already now. So just DRS that was keeping him in.
He could be a bit lucky if Danny gets to the back of Josko and won't be able to overtake him, but given what we've seen so far from Danny, I think he'll be past that before we even know it.
Yes, and the chance of Josko coming in the next few laps is also pretty big.
Yeah, very true. I think we can already see him there on the front end of the straight.
Also fastest lap now from Danny at 1.6.
That's very good given we had a 1.38 I think in quali.
Yes.
So putting down a 106 in the race is pretty damn good.
Yes, also Tilke getting on the back of Siu at finish. Maybe looking for an overtake here into turn 3. DRS now, getting to straight.
And we've got some movement in the back as well. Danny, the other Danny and Pires battling it out with Danny putting good use of his new softs, but Perez straight away using the DRS and a bit of ERS to overtake him straight back again, trying to stay close to his teammate Cavolis, who still needs to pit.
Timothy now trying to overtake on the outside, has a massive block of both front tires. See what he gets by again. On the back of Sam, even though he's 6 lap older tires and a compound harder, so he does have the pace.
Yeah. Also, Sam has a time penalty. Somewhere he's gotten that, which is 3 seconds over track limits. So if Vigo can stay with him, that's job done for him. He will be granted the position.
Yes.
Stein is getting track limits again as well, so he's back. So his loss of connection is only temporary, but very annoying for him for sure.
Yeah, Danny, as we speak, has also overtaken Josko for first place. He's rapid now, setting up purple section 2 as well.
And he's just now overtaken Onno as well to put him on the lap. I know they're good friends outside of racing as well. So I'm pretty sure Onno will not hear the end of this being overtaken on a lap before halfway through the race, even though they started on track together, side by side.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely not let my friends hear the end of that.
No, pretty sure I wouldn't let them get away with that either. Although it never happens.
No, that is true, but you can always hope.
Yeah, true. And Sam now getting in front of Josko on his older tyres, and I think Vigo is straight away following as well, yeah. Both of them got it done before going into turn 4. So that's them. Yeah, but still a gap of 3.8 seconds towards Danny already, so they either need to get a strong undercut or do something smart with the tires to get on a faster compound than Danny and make him stick to the end. But it's going to be difficult from now on to get back into Danny's fighting position for the lead.
Yeah, another battle for 11 just outside of the points, also a bit tight. Probably too hard.
Yeah.
And Stein now also joining in.
Yeah, you say outside the points. We have a slightly different point system with points all the way up until P19, as long as you finish. So everybody who finishes will have points. So this is for, what is it, 9 and 8 points, I think.
Okay. Well, my fault then. Didn't know that one. Bad commentator.
No, you're still very new to the league, so I'll give you that one. Airman just come out of the pits as well on P9 on fresh mediums there. As did CEO at finish, also on fresh mediums just now coming out the pits in P15 it seems, just behind Ralphie there, who's on hard tires. So where's our battling now? It's I think it's with Danny, Perez and Stein, and a little bit Vigo with Sam. That's our main battles at the moment.
Yes, now Josko also finally.
Let's see what he goes on. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, indeed. Where will he come out? He was P3, I think.
Yeah, P4 now after being overtaken by Danny, Sam and Vigo.
Yeah, so he will come out in 6th. Not bad. Given he went very long on his first stint, that's not bad at all.
Well, now some fresher tires, so we might be able to close up to Strikey. Was battling with him from the start already, so maybe with some more pace now he might be able to close the gap.
Yeah, so Danny and Sam both started on the mediums and went for the mediums again. So then next compound either has to be a hard or a soft. Whereas Vigo started on softs, then went to the hard. So with his last stint, he can pick whatever the hell he wants, basically.
Yeah, so now Sam and Danny on 7 lap old mediums. So they've done it from lap 24. Lap 24, so 24 plus 24 is 48. So it might be a bit of a stretch on softs. So there will probably be a hard compound tire now.
That's another 23 laps, unless they can stretch this medium compound a little bit longer. But I think it will be too long for the softs. As you said, probably we'll see the hard tires bolted on for them.
Yes, that will also be quite hard for Vigo, because he is already on some older tires. He might have to choose between a medium and a hard.
Yeah. If that's the case, that basically ruins his strategy on going on the softs to start with. If he has to go onto the hards. If he can make these hards last until he can bolt some mediums on, he might have a tire advantage that might help him take the position from Sam on track later on.
Yes, but now also as you can see already, being able to stick with Sam pretty comfortably, even though he's on older hards compared to the newer mediums.
Yeah.
So he might have some overspeed hard to hard as well. But we'll
True.
see how that will unfold later in the race.
Yeah. And while we were talking about all that, Stein, Perez, and I think it was Stilfi having a bit of a scrap where Danny was in there as well. Perez tried to overtake, I think it was Stilfi. That didn't quite work out, and straight away Stein and Danny were right up on his diffuser. I think Stein made the move stick as Ono spins again.
Yes, so Stein indeed overtaking Tilby. Nice
Yeah.
move. Now probably needs to defend into turns 5.
Yeah. And Tilfi on 31 lap old hard, soft, sort of medium, so he will have stopped on second lap then. No, it says he hasn't stopped yet. How is he? We're in lap 33. We're in lap 33, and he's not stopped yet, but his tire age is 31 laps. If you ask me, the math ain't mathing. Yeah, he's going into the pits now for his first stop then, I assume.
Yes, he's definitely stretched the tire very long then if it's mediums.
Yeah. Is he going to go for double softs here? No, he's going for the hards.
So he might try to do one stopper then.
Well, if that's the case, we might have to disqualify him.
Oh,
so I hope he's read the message about a two-stopper.
I hope so. Maybe get in contact with his race engineer if he has one.
Tilfi, if you're listening, it's a two-stopper.
Do a two-stop. Go to softs at the end of the race, please.
Even if it's just for one lap.
Poor guy. I hope he knows.
Yeah, he can do a bit like Albon did in Imola, take hards all the way to the end until one lap before and then bolt on softs and finish it on that.
Yeah, so disqualification will be in order if he doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunately so I hope he's read the message. Interestingly to see, Ralphie, as he gets a 3-second time penalty, is on the back of CEO at finish. Even though he's on 10 lap old hards with CEO at finish on 4 lap old mediums. And Ralphie is a driver from our, in theory, slower tier, who's reserving here today as a bit of a practice for the race on Monday next week, which is then going to be Austria 100% for the slower tier. So it's nice to see him fighting right up the back of CEO at finish, even though it's only for P12 and 13.
Yes, CEO at finish was also quite competitive in Australia last time around. So
yeah, he was running around the front of the pack, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, until a certain point where he crashed, I think.
Was that the battle with 6 cars all packed together that eventually went wrong?
Yeah, that might be true actually, yes. definitely not one of the slowest drivers in this here. Today
No.
doesn't seem to be his best performance. Don't know what's wrong for him.
Though maybe he's overtaken Ralphie before, as Ralphie now dropped out of DRS with him. So maybe this is he would finish fighting back towards the front. What else do we have? Stein, he's recovering a bit. He's still in his car. He's not being disconnected again. But now down in 9th. He will definitely not be happy with that, given he was right up in the front there. And then, other than that, maybe Tilfy with Ralph Atawi there. But Tilfy now seems ghosted. Why is he dropping back? I've not had a message that he's been disconnected.
I haven't seen that one either, no.
Let's send him a message. If I can find him. This is one where he's called different in the Discord than he is on track, which is annoying.
The intervals between the drivers now also getting a bit further away from each other. Still Figo and Sam really close though. Figo just slowly keeping his ERS up, really saving. Sam almost no ERS, so Figo's doing really well. Just preserving his tires, keeping DRS, and making sure he has a lot left at the end of the race, so he can make a move maybe. Both on different tire strategies, so that will definitely be an interesting fight. Here in the back, Stein, I think, has either disconnected or spun or something. Has lost a lot of places.
He's gone onto the softs. He is ghosted. Together with Ralph Atari, also ghosted?
Yes.
Or are they just being lapped there? Yeah, but if I look at Ralph Atari, he's got an Alpine in front of him.
Oh yeah, this was it.
And Ralphie in the Aston Martin is in front of him, so I think he's just being lapped, and that's why they're ghosted now.
Yeah, that might definitely be a possibility. Still ghosted though.
Yeah. This ghosted?
Yeah. This is my first language.
We did have a conversation about that. Isn't your study all in English?
Don't you talk a lot of English during your work? Hmm?
I do.
Okay. Just a little bit of banter.
Yeah, we love it. And did Sam had a bit of a look on, or Vigo a bit of a look on Sam there?
Oh, okay, maybe.
I think they momentarily swapped places, and we've got a spinner in turn 4.
That's already been resolved.
Yeah.
Maybe a little incident
Maybe going.
to Aston's. Quite close.
Maybe going into the gravel a bit. Yeah. Yeah, actually, there's a bit of a fight behind Stein, behind Ralph Tari, and now Tilfy and Ralphie.
Yeah, Stein now really nicely keeping with Danny. Resuming his pace, maybe trying to take advantage of his DRS, because you know he has the pace to stick with him. Now also on the softs, which will definitely help him.
Yeah.
He will definitely try to use him to get back at Seaward finish.
Yeah. Yeah, Stein right on the back of Theo at finish, trying to overtake him.
Danny really quick though, a 10-second gap to P2.
Yeah.
Extraordinary drive so far. Came all the way from the back after a disqualification in qualifying due to a sign-up error.
Yeah, the best fight so far though has been at the front, and Sam and Vigo just keep it going basically throughout the race, apart from the pit stops, which was a bit offset due to strategy, but they found each other on track again and battling again. And Vigo, I don't know if he's playing the smart and the long game here, just not fighting Sam and sticking with him, being towed along, or if he generally just can't get past. But certainly providing for interesting racing. The DRS tactics obviously coming into play as well.
Stilfi now also getting P13 from Ralph Tauri, but Figo now trying to overtake Sam. Figo must.
And he did.
Yes, Figo must know though that he can't get close to Danny with the pace Danny has. But he does have the pressure tires. Maybe it was sick of staying behind Sam. And now the time has come for the hards to be better than the warm mediums.
Yeah, it seems that way. But 9 lap offset as well between the older hards of Vigo and the mediums of Sam. So you'd think they maybe drop off together. And Stein has spun.
Stein has spun and retired as well.
What happened there? His car seems to still go.
Yeah, it seems to be intact, but maybe a lot of disconnects disqualifies you, but I'm not quite sure if those are the rules in F1 game at the moment.
I don't see any VSC or full safety car as of yet, and his car has been removed.
His car seems
don't know what.
Seems to be intact, so. And Sam
don't know what.
Class for P2 now, isn't it?
So they're still fighting it out, switching places. So we went from leadership changes throughout the first stint to now P2 changes throughout the second stint of the race.
There's also 30 laps left, 41 have already been done, way over the halfway point. So a lot can still happen.
And I don't want to jinx it, but I'm gonna risk it anyway. But 41 laps in, and we've only had 1 retirement so far, which is pretty decent going.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Austria, of course, is a pretty wide track, so going into the wall here is quite hard, except for a few places.
And we've got Danny into the pits, the one that went on to the soft tyres, elected to go for the mediums for his last stint, I presume. What is it, 29 laps to go? I think that's feasible. First stint was about 24 laps. The cars are lighter now, so 29 laps should be possible on the mediums.
Yes,
maybe a bit of a stretch, but possible.
Yes, I think we've seen Josko go for 33 laps, 32 actually. So.
Yes, he did indeed. Yeah. Ralphie on the back of Gavolis, Aston Martin and a Haas fighting together. Not quite in striking distance yet. Ralphie is in striking distance though of Dilfy. Fights are coming back to the grid a little bit here again with strategy coming into play. And let's see if Ralph Tauri can take Dilfy here on the DRS.
Yes, now also Sam and Figo coming on the back of these 4 guys. For being lapped. Figo trying to go on the inside of turn 1. Probably knows that he will be overtaken by Sam on the next 2 main straights.
And Ralphie taking Dilfy here. Yeah, got it done before the turn. Defends the inside and gets the position done. Now who gets the DRS? It's Dilfy, so he might fight back into turn 4. Already on the back of Ralphie. Does he get it back? He takes the inside. Late braking, a little bit of a lockup, but he's got the position done inside turn 4. And Ralphie doesn't seem to be in a position to fight back around the outside like we see Danny do earlier on. He likes to stay behind, actually recharging his battery as well, so he will fight back in the next few laps or so. Let's see if he can retake that position.
Now Danny goes into the pit.
Let's see where he goes to and where he comes out. 20 seconds will get him behind Vigo in P3. Should come out in front of Bina's gang, who's 25 seconds behind him. And where is... he's just coming on to the start-finish straight now, so yeah, he will keep 3rd position. Obviously, theoretically, still the leader of the race. unless we now get a safety car before Vigo and Sam pit. It then could mix things up.
Yeah, still Danny really close to the guys. 5.4 seconds only behind. And now definitely
Yeah.
the tire advantage as well. That will help him.
Yeah. So, given they will quite easily, I'd say, keep 2 and 3. If they want to gamble on a safety car, they could and extend their stint a little bit longer.
Sam, though, even that strategy would be opting to go into pit now.
Yeah, and locks up. But he gets his. Ooh, and then he gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yes, probably won't do much for the race result, but didn't expect that to happen. But the driver
No.
very cleanly so far.
Yeah, and some bolting on the hard tires as well, as we expected basically. So Vigo now on his own, coming across a couple of back markers, and that's both the Haas's, Perez and Cavolis. And he gets a bit of DRS from them, so that helps, but obviously he wants to get past as soon as he can, because even though they're ghosted, they will still hinder what he can see in the apex and slow him down a little bit. Ooh, and he has a snap! He kept it together, but he had a big snap going into turn 10, I think it was. No, that's not turn 10, that's turn 8, sorry. And honestly thought he was going to lose it there.
Yeah, maybe the car getting a little bit unsettled there because of the RTR car in front.
Yeah, that could definitely be the case. On slightly older tires as well, though I assume that hards will still be alright, given somebody took mediums from the beginning to lap 31. Yeah, could all play a little bit of a factor, but Danny already 2.6 seconds behind Vigo here.
Yes, Vigo, his tires are 31 laps old. If he pits now, he'll definitely drop behind Sam with a few seconds.
Pina's gang.
Getting better.
No, Pina's gang pitted as well just now, or the lap before. Also bolted on the hard tires. Who still need to pit? Let's have a look at that. Vigo, Strikey in P3, Josko in P5, Vosdok, Airman, the sealed finish, Rolf, Tauri and Tilfi from P7 to 11 all still need to pit, and Tilfi just overtook Rolf Tauri, I think. Cavolis and Ralphie in P13 and 14 as well, and the rest has all done it. And Ralphie DNF'd. Is that in the pit he DNF'd? Or did he?
He might have gone into the pit to DNF, or he went to the pit because he also got a 10-second time penalty for speeding.
Well, his car seems to be going, so I'm guessing that's a retirement in pit there. Just a shame to see. Ralphie, if you're listening, let me know what happened. Maybe he had some body damage or something, or rear wing damage. That will pretty much hinder the car undrivable. But back to the front, CPI, or well, Danny van Rooten, at the back of Vigo for the lead of the race, even though Vigo still need to pit.
Yes,
and Danny.
Strikey for third place.
That's good. He's still 16 seconds behind Danny though. And Danny basically pushing Vigo along and now getting the overtake in the second DRS.
Yes.
Straight.
Still needing to watch out, of course. As Sam sets the fast lap, a 1:5.893. Quite a good lap.
That is a really good lap. Yeah, we were already raving about the was a 1.1064 earlier from Danny. But now a very good lap by Sam in clean air, obviously. Possibly a bit of DRS there as well from Strikey and the likes.
Danny there still needed to watch out a lot when overtaking Vigo because it's of course for Vigo to just let him pass.
No.
Contact
And
is still possible.
as well for Vigo, a lot less to lose than for Danny, given that Danny is basically gonna win this anyway. So Vigo just let the car be where it was,
Danny now
and there
also
would be
on the fastest
contact.
lap.
Yeah.
1:05.482. Immediately answering Sam. Probably doesn't deal
Yeah.
with Vigo there, so that definitely helped him on that lap.
Yeah. And Tilfi and Ralphie, Ralph still fighting it out, and Ralph getting the place back. Last few laps, these guys have been trading places as well. It's really nice to see. All keeping it clear as well. Good to have Ralph back in after he had that connection issue on the start.
Yes, now also Strikey just exiting the pits, going for his final stop onto the medium tire.
Yeah.
Really wondering whether Vigo wants to come in, because he does need a lot of overspeed now if he wants to go and catch up to Sam. Doesn't want to leave him too late, because otherwise he doesn't have enough time, and now he decides to come in. Great timing.
Well spotted. And 14 seconds Sam is behind, and I think he will drop back to about P6 or 7, so he's gonna come back into traffic again. What does he bolt on? He goes for the medium.
P3, because Sam has it about 13 seconds, and then Josko also with 15 seconds. So they'll still be on the podium.
Alright, yes. I read the intervals wrong. I do apologize.
Vigo also going quite wide on the entry into the pit lane, going over the white line, didn't get a penalty. Yuki Tsunoda in the real life Austrian GP did get a penalty for that, for the entry. So
he might still get one as you picked it up, because normally our stewards are watching, and if you cross the lines we do have that rule. If the game doesn't give you the penalty, they will, so he might be penalized for that.
it's always hard to tell, definitely here in Austria, because the pit lane is so narrow, it's really possible because
Yeah,
over the white line.
it's a very awkward pit entry, that. But I'd say, given how we saw Sam and Vigo fight and the pace they had, and the fact that Vigo's only 3.6 seconds behind Sam, he should be able to get this.
Yeah, he's a lot closer than I expected, and he's making up a good time already, so it might actually become quite a close fight.
If I were him, given you clocked him going a bit wide, possibly in the pit entry, I try to get about a 5-second gap on Sam as well, just in case. And BNS Gang and Josko fighting it out. BNS with newer tires, taking the position away from Josko now in P4. So ready to strike in case somebody makes a mistake and drops off the podium. As Danny gets another 3-second time penalty. Trying to get the fastest lap,
yes.
That's what he was doing.
Just wants to flex on everybody that and show he has the pace. And the 3-second time penalty really doesn't matter that much. Either way, doesn't need to get a few more, and it will become dangerous, but so far not a problem.
Yeah. What was the quote again from Verstappen's engineer? Now can we keep it between the white lines, please?
Exactly.
Which also was here, I think, wasn't it?
It was in Austria, yes, I think so. In 2021? Or 2? I think 2, actually. 2022.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking 2 or 3, so...
Oh, actually, I think 3, because it was, I think, the very dominant season.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Where it wasn't needed to put the fastest lap in, a bit like Danny is doing now, but he did anyway. Oh, and I watched Eamon taking an overtake on Vostok on the straight, and he made a bit of an abrupt move to get out of the slipstream, and he had a big wobble doing so, almost just wrecked it by being a bit too aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now Vigo also getting closer and closer, already gained about 8 tenths so far. Oh, and I think Sam somewhere made a bit of a mistake because he just gained in one corner about 4 tenths.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
Sam
a lot
dealing with
more.
some back markers. That's the problem.
That's what it is.
With his own teammate, Danny, all the way at the back, P14. Unfortunate for him. Now Sam also coming up to another group of back markers there. 4 cars.
And again, a bit of a fight from Ralph Attari all the way back to Gavolis, really. So 5 cars towards the end of the race fighting it out for basically P10. And Perez now having a look to see if he can get Ralph Attari. Tries it around the outside, but thinks better of it around turn 5 or 6 and 7. 6, 7, 8. I can't remember the corner numbers here. The middle part of the track.
Yeah,
But still very much.
Weird place for corners here around this
Yeah.
track.
Yeah, turn 2, which isn't even a corner. But Perez, can he now do it on the main straight? He's having a look into turn 1. And he's getting the move done. Takes a bit of track limits there, I think. Sam just drives completely through them to lap him.
Yes, still I kind of get the ghosting function, but it would be way more entertaining to not have it.
Yeah, you can completely turn it off, but if somebody crashes it causes a bit of mayhem. That's why we got it on. And in this case as well, it could ruin somebody's leader fight if he is being held up by back markers, which could be entertaining, but not if it's you being held up by some back markers. But anyway, in all that, Perez took Ralph Attari and is now in a P10. And we got on a dual DNFing somewhere, but where is his car? As we have a... Yeah, and a Gavolis... Oh, he's got DSQ'd.
Oh.
He must have had too many track limits. Yeah. We had a Haas of Gavolis going a bit wide as well. He dropped down towards the back of the grid. What is Onno saying? Yeah, he's saying that it wasn't his race, but not in those words.
Yeah, some stronger language here being used.
Yeah, I would be able to say it, but then Mens Not Bob, my co-owner, would call me a potty mouth, which normally is him. So I'm not granting him that satisfaction.
Yeah. We might get in trouble as commentators if we do that.
Yeah. Again, I will never hear the end of that. Vigo now running through this group of back markers for P10 to 13.
Yeah, Sam
so that will hinder his pace.
Sam got 2 DRS over it, which gained him some time compared to Vigo. Vigo becoming a little bit of a more unfortunate time, but still gaining something on the side.
2.5 seconds and 15 laps to go. So still very much possible for Vigo to get Sam there. And looking at the penalties, I said I would get about 5 seconds on Sam, but in fact he only needs to do 2, as Sam will get 3 seconds from track limits.
Yes. Well, we have to see if the stewards will give Vigo a penalty for crossing the white line. Probably an investigation, but not sure on that.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not done live during the race. It will be done after the race in the next few days or so. But yeah, very weird pit entry it is here anyway, so I completely understand if you mess that up. It would definitely be something I could do. Still got a few cars to stop. 6 cars that still need to put their second pit stop in. It's Josko, Amen, Vosdok, Seward, Finish. I assume Amen and Seward, Finish will be doing the same strategy, as they're usually in a party, good buddies outside of racing as well. And Tilfi and Ralphatari needing to stop still as well, so they will lose a bit. And actually Josko is coming into the pit now for his second pit stop. I'll keep an eye on that. He's on mediums as he goes in. Let's see what he comes out with. And he gets 10 seconds. Oh, that's Vosdok getting 10 seconds.
That's always a very tough penalty to get. Let's
Yeah,
still hope that
and it's-
Tilby remembers that he needs to do 2 stops and not 1.
Yeah, he was the one that stretched his cars. Oh, and Josko grabbing a time penalty there, so that will probably be 10 seconds from before. And he is out, and all these guys are on the softs that have just pitted. So Amen, Josko and Vosdok on softs. Seward finished also on the softs. He drops back to 13th. And that now just leaves Tilfi and Ralph Towery to stop. And Ralph Towery actually on the back of Danny here takes the move into turn 3 and gets it done as well. Even though he's on 31 lap old hards. And Danny is on 16 lap old mediums. Danny trying to get it back. And he does. Gets it done around the inside. Is Ralph Fatari looking to take it back into turn 5? Getting a terrible camera here. Oh, bit of contact. And then he gets a 3-second time penalty there for track limits. And I can imagine if he doesn't get any more time penalties, he will try and get that removed. Or track limit warnings, he will try and get that removed, but he will need race directive for that. So if he's listening, get your race director up after the race, so the stewards can have a look if they can remove that.
Yes, definitely. Vigo's
yeah.
Vigo keeps coming closer and close to Sam, almost within the 1 second, almost within the 2 seconds now.
I was gonna say, are you seeing something different than me here if you got 1 second?
No, 1.9. Now it's back up to 2.5, so
Yeah.
it comes closer, then goes away a little bit every time, so seeing that staying with someone without DRS is very hard to...
Yeah. What's Strikey doing? He's close to BNS Gang here, in striking distance, as you could say. Williams is actually having a good evening, being P5. Ooh, big moment by BNS Gang.
Yes, Strikey overtaking the outside, a bit of luck there. Lucky that he didn't crash into it.
That could have been very spicy.
Yes. Strikey does seem to have a little bit of a fuel warning though, so he needs to take it a bit easy on the fuel.
Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, if it's yellow for us in spectator, it means he's sort of on the cusp of running out on the last lap. If it turns red, he definitely has to do fuel saving.
Okay, well then he definitely has to watch that. Figo has dropped back now a little bit, probably made a small mistake somewhere, maybe just lost some pace.
He's not really gone through any traffic, so that's not it, but he's coming up to traffic though with a Red Bull and a Ferrari, so there will be Seward. No, it will be Ralph Fatari and Danny then. Is it? No. Where is he coming up to? Mercedes, so that's Vosdok. Then it's Josko and then it's Danny he's coming up to.
Yes, BNS Gang now still trying to overtake Strikey, now going having a little look on the inside, but doesn't get there.
And we got position changes further back as well, Danny and Ralph Fatari, and Danny has a bit of a moment and managed to save the car but loses a lot of time, and he lost it on the traction zone on the exit of turn 4 there. Manages to keep the car together, but obviously a lot of time lost there. Still within a DRS range though of Ralph Tauri. Ralph Tauri who still needs to pit as well, given it's a mandatory 2-stopper here.
Yeah, same for Tilke, that is now in P9.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're gonna lose out quite a bit if they go for the stop now. I'd say pretty much going towards the back of the grid, apart from Cavolis.
Yeah, Tilke might try to come in soon, so he can have some advantage for the song. But then he does have to come in quite quickly now.
Yeah. And Perez looking all over the back of Tilke now as well, so Tilke definitely has to pull the trigger here before he loses too much. Without being able to make up for it, and same goes for Ralph Tauri.
Yeah, Tilke now 10 lap older hard than
Yeah, and Perez already gone through, even without DRS, gets it done before turn 9 and 10.
Yeah, very good move there by him.
Oh, a bit wide on the exit. Yeah, great. Good move indeed by Perez. Now into P9 for 11 points there. If my math is correct. Could be 12 points actually. Who's dropping back there? Danny dropped back a little bit, and that's just his fight with Ralph Tauri again.
Strikey still in striking distance of BNS Gang. BNS Gang seemed to have overtaken him again after the mistake he made.
And Danny did overtake. Oh, and they touch, and big moment there.
Ralph Tauri goes into.
And we get a safety car.
Ui, that does change up a lot.
A lot of people are now bolt on the softs, and this will bring the whole pack back together.
Yeah, Vigo definitely has a really good chance now going into the pit. Definitely trying
Yeah,
to get, and some
he is.
out, and Danny as well.
Ooh, have they possibly already gone past the pit lane before?
They are quite lucky because the safety car has not been picked up yet, so they will probably get a free stop anyway. But otherwise that would have been really unfortunate for Sam and for Danny, but I think they'll be fine because Danny hasn't picked up the safety car yet. So.
But this could definitely spice things up for penalties as well, because Vigo doesn't have one yet. Together with CU at finish, he's one of the only drivers that doesn't have one yet. With the safety car that Vigo's now overtaking, as the safety car is not waiting for him, that could definitely spice things up. Sam's got 3 seconds, Danny's got 6. We're going to have 3 laps of safety car running here normally, so that would bring us to lap 66, I think, for the restart. That's not a lot of laps to get a 6-second advantage over 2 guys that will be right up your slipstream and DRS.
Yes, he does take one of the penalties now, so that's good, I think.
Which penalties he's taking, because track limits don't get removed.
Oh, that's true. He kept standing there for a bit on my screen. I think it was just a bit of a lag thingy.
And then he gets a drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car, so he will have gone faster than his Delta. And is he in the pits? No, he's not. So he just ignored his Delta.
Well, this is going to be really hard for Danny to keep the lead. He either has to be really fast on those softs. It was a big
Funny,
crash though from Ralph Tauri going into the barrier there on his front wing wheels.
I didn't actually see Ralph Tauri being DNF there as well. I did see both of them at a moment. I thought they were still going.
Oh, I saw Tauri in the wall there. That's what brought the safety car.
I was on board with Danny. They were fighting hard out of the exit of turn 3, sorry, on the run to turn 4. And their wheels tangled. I don't know if one moved into the other or it was just unfortunate. But yeah, wheels tangled and they both went off. One went to the right, one went to the left, and obviously caused the DNF of Ralph Tauri there. Bit of a rough evening for him. First a connection error. on the start of the race, and then now this where he's DNF'd. So rough night for him.
Yes, for
See,
sure.
where did he actually start this race? P13 he started, so not great for him anyway to start, because he's normally a bit further up the field.
Yes. Now we do have to see because Airman is between Danny and Sam, so maybe they will let him pass the safety car. Not sure on that though.
The game doesn't do that, unfortunately. Yeah. I think 2021 or 22 was the last game where lapped cars could unlap themselves. And then all of a sudden EA decided it was better if that didn't happen again. So lapped cars ever since can't unlap themselves anymore. Because, you know,
the drama
EA.
2021.
Who knows? Who knows? But the game always did it fair. All lap cars and not some lap cars could unlap themselves. Just to start that discussion.
Oh, it was completely fair in my point of view.
Obviously, being Dutch.
Yeah. Small detail.
This will trigger some English people to comment on the stream for sure. No, so far, no reactions to that as of yet.
No, not yet. They don't dare to say anything.
No, we do have an Englishman responding though, or at least somebody from the UK. Elliot saying this is the tier Bob is moving to. It's a running joke from Monday, because Bob is so incredibly fast on Monday. His pace almost compares to Danny in this pace. And Bob found himself needing to reply that to saying that's not going to happen.
Of course he's not going to do that. He wants to keep winning and he doesn't have a chance anymore. So
no, well, we had a bit of a race this afternoon, Bob and I, because he's one of those people that is such a female genital that starts with a P that he uses full traction control. So we had a bit of a race this afternoon where he turned that off, and all of a sudden he lost quite a bit of his pace. So I think we decided that next season he's gonna turn the traction control off and see how he does then.
Ui, that will be more of a challenge for him now. Safety cars in the back though. So
yes. Danny depicting the pace, and Danny was also in the Discord saying that he wasn't very happy with the safety car, which I can see why.
Yes, definitely.
Given his second penalty and the advantage he had. We actually went on to lap 67, so Vosdok, I don't know what happened there with the 10-second time penalty. We might be able to remove that. But then he's gone already quite early there.
Sam was completely sleeping.
Yeah.
Already now almost has enough gap to Sam at least to keep him behind. So P2 secured. Only needs about half a second now. So he has to put out some quality left here.
Yeah, and it helps that Airman is behind him as well. Airman, obviously on fresh softs as well, could possibly keep Sam up a bit as well.
Yeah, he is a back marker though, so he does have to let him ride.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and Danny already got the 3 seconds on Sam secured, so that's that job done.
On the inside of Sam.
A lot of tire smoke there from Airman, but he does get the move done. Nicely done by Vigo, and now he can chase after Danny, see if he can use Airman for DRS to get close to Danny or stay sort of with him. But 3.7 seconds already in the first lap of the safety restart is boding well for Danny to keep the lead here, even with a 6-second time penalty. Puts out the fastest lap, 104.4, not a much
not a big improvement
of an increase. No, it was 104.5 before, I think.
On that lap he did have DRS, so that helped.
That does help. Yeah.
And now some trying to get back at Figo. This does cost them
And
a lot, which might allow Danny to actually keep P1, because Figo is still a contender now for P1.
Yeah.
Still within the 6 second gap. Now up to
Yeah.
4.5 though.
Yeah, I think this doesn't prove to be too difficult now for Danny. A lot less difficult than I thought it would be. All helped, of course, with a brilliant safety car restart by Danny, and Sam and Vigo fighting hard here as well, which doesn't make much sense for Sam, to be honest.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense for Figo as well, because Figo really has a chance now for P1.
Yeah, but 5.4 seconds already.
2 laps left.
Yeah. And now Sam gets the DRS, and he will fight back again on this next straight coming up.
Yeah, Danny has a prime opportunity now to drive away from these guys.
Yeah. Sam again taking the position. Maybe they're working together in now. They finally. No, Vigo is going for the move. Oh, the best thing they could do is work together and do a bit of DRS overtaking on each other, but nope.
That requires too much brain power.
Yeah, 5.9 seconds now from Vigo to Danny, so I think that's job done for Danny there.
Yeah, in the midfield now, also a really good battle, very close, everybody together.
Yeah, does help. There's been a safety car.
Yes.
Josko looking sharpish on Airman. Bit of a move there. Vigo now getting 3 seconds as well, so that's the win there for Danny.
For sure.
And we got sector 2 yellows. That's a Ferrari, and that will be Danny, who didn't stop. He's on 28 lap mediums.
Yeah,
So he forgot to pit on the safety car.
Figo now does get past on some here in the last lap. He only has to keep him behind for one more straight, and then it's almost smooth sailing to the finish for P2. Might get a 5-second time penalty though for the pit, but he does keep him behind in this instance. Let's see if he can keep him behind.
Yeah. Looks like he will be able to keep him behind on track though. Now he's in front. There's no real overtaking opportunity anymore, even though Sam is trying to stay with him as much as he can. But Danny is about to cross the finish line here, going through the last 2 corners. Last one tackled as well, didn't get any more track limits, so he's got the position and he will keep P1 starting in P16, I think it was. So well done for him from the back to the front. Brilliant pace. Vigo in P2, Sam close behind in P3, BNS 4, Strikey 5, Airman in 6th, 7th he had finished, Tilfy 8, Josko in 9, Cavolis in 10th in the end, and Perez dropped down to P11 with track limits, Vosdok 12, and about to finish is Danny in P13. Obviously track limits costing a lot of people a lot of positions here, as expected. Like you said at the beginning of the race, track limits a big thing here.
Yes, very good drive by all the drivers here. Definitely Danny, very well done. Also received the driver of the day here from the game. Also Rolfie and Rolf in the chat also saying both retired this race, saying that the fastest lap from Danny was faster than their qualifying lap. So quite painful for them maybe, but still very well done.
We knew this guy was going to be fast, and he's definitely proved that today. I think he mentioned in chat today that he's going to start from the back of the grid anyway, even if he doesn't have a Cuban. I think a bit of practice for him, and also more fun for the guys at the front. But yeah, this guy, as long as he's racing, we can expect him to be up there at the front.
Yes, for sure.
And just, I'd say a faultless drive by him, but he's got 6 seconds of time penalty, so not completely. Still very nice performance.
Yeah.
only 5 drivers finished in the same lap from P6 down. All have been lapped. And then from before, our DNFers today are Ralph Tauri. Unfortunate race for him with connection issues and that incident with Danny. And then Ralphie, not quite sure why he DNF'd, but he did. As did Stein and Onno. Onno disqualified really. And not sure what happened to Stein and Ralphie. But unfortunate races for them as well. Especially given how long of a night it is doing a 100% race.
Yeah, quite a distance, and all the drivers kept up very well. So, chapeau.
Ralphie is saying could not handle the humiliation anymore, which is understandable from a Monday driver showing up to reserve in the faster tier. And now he's got to do it again on Monday, but with guys more paced like him. Yeah, good race. Any thoughts from you? Anything you want to add?
No, I think everybody has driven a great race today. Very good effort
Yeah.
by everyone, and definitely Danny, very well done. Managed the pace
Yeah.
throughout the whole race, and at some point even had a 17-second lead. So that just shows how much pace he had today.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've got much to add apart from our schedule for next week, which will be on Monday for Austria for a Monday tier, which is called Purple Sector. And then what do we get after this? Next week on Wednesday, it's a Silverstone. That would be a normal race again, so short quali and a 50% race. So a bit less of a heavy sit for the drivers and ourselves.
Exactly. So definitely looking forward to seeing you guys there again, and
Yeah.
we hope you will have a great rest of your week and a good weekend. And then we will see you again on Monday. Also check out our GT series. Also really fun to look at. So.
Oh, you had a look at that on Sunday, did you?
Yeah, I did look at it. It was a pretty good race, so definitely fun.
Yeah, they're driving this weekend again as well. Don't ask me where. I try to follow it, but those guys talk so much I can't. They're doing a sprint race on Saturday, which I think isn't streamed, as they're running 2 races at the same time. But then on Sunday, they are streaming with their GT Class Series and the GT Pro Series, faster, slower tier, that kind of thing. That's going on Sunday as well. So lots of racing to come in the next week, really.
Yes. So definitely looking forward to seeing you guys there again. And
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you at the next race. Thank you.
goodbye.